Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Daniel Sparkman. Lynn and Philip are off tonight. We're following two big stories for you today. We have the latest on the deadly explosion in Waco, Texas, where authorities are still searching for survivors. But first, we start with developments from Boston, where the FBI has released new information about suspects. We start with a look at this video. The FBI released these photos and video of two suspects they are asking the public to help them identify. Authorities say one of the suspects is believed to have planted the devices near the finish line of the race on Monday. They say both suspects are considered armed and extremely dangerous.
I have directed that the full resources of the department be deployed to ensure that this matter is thoroughly investigated, to prevent any future attacks from occurring, and to make certain that the individual or group that carried out this heinous act is held accountable to the fullest extent of the law and by any means available to us.
If you have any information, you're urged to contact the FBI. That number is 1-800-CALL-FBI. And on a lighter note, there will always be a memorial in Boston today. President Obama offered his support to the families of the victims in the bombings. Also tonight, the search continues for victims of the explosion at a Texas fertilizer plant. The blast claimed at least 5 lives, and left homes, buildings, and a community destroyed. Holly Furfer has the latest developments.
This massive explosion at a West Texas fertilizer plant left more than 160 people injured, devastating the small town. Authorities are still searching for survivors, with the death toll unclear.
Number one priority is to rescue and save lives in the event we can do that.
An apartment complex was left destroyed. Homes were turned to rubble. These daylight aerials show smoke billowing from the plant even hours after the explosion. Texas Governor Rick Perry declared McLennan County a disaster Thursday.
Last night was truly a nightmare scenario. Anyone who grew up in a small town like West, they know that this tragedy has most likely hit every family. It's touched practically everyone in that town.
One West resident describes what the blast felt like.
It was like a bomb. It like picked you up, it just took your breath away, and then it dropped you, and it like exploded everything around you.
The blast was so big it registered as a 2.1 magnitude seismic event. As authorities investigate what caused the explosion, a community is left to heal.
Beat up, hurts, but I'm alive, so I'm happy.
And right now there is a search and rescue underway. They're hoping to find any survivors. And much of the town is cordoned off as authorities try to figure out exactly what happened last night. In West Texas, I'm Holly Furfer.
Investigators are still looking into the cause of the explosion, and search and rescuers are still looking for survivors. Well, it's been a warm and sunny day out there across the area, but storms may be on the way overnight tonight. Where are they headed and what can we expect? Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott joins us now to answer those questions. Richard, how about it out there?
Hey, Daniel, good Thursday evening to you. Here's the very latest. We now have a tornado watch up against the state line in northwest Alabama. That tornado watch extends back into central and west Mississippi. Here's our line of storms we are watching. There are several tornado warnings with this, but it's going to take a little while before it does reach our West Alabama counties. Based off the radar trends, here's kind of a little updated timeline. We're talking 10 p.m. to 11 p.m., starting to get close to the Alabama state line, midnight to 2 a.m., over in parts of west and central Alabama. We'll talk more about your forecast, plus we'll look more at details of these risks of the severe weather threat later on tonight. Plus, we'll look at that weekend forecast for A-Day happening at Tuscaloosa. Weather is coming up, so stick around.
Thanks, Richard. Tuscaloosa County Schools' search for a new leader has come to an end. After an extensive interview process, the Tuscaloosa County Board of Education has now made a decision. WVUA's Jennifer Edwards tells us the story.
The announcement was made in a called board meeting this morning. Dr. Elizabeth Swinford will join the Tuscaloosa County Board as the new superintendent.
It was one of the more difficult decisions that I personally have been involved with, and I can say the same for this board. I can also say, however, that we were unanimous in our support of Dr. Swinford.
Nelson says Swinford met all of the board's as well as the community's requirements.
Her experience in leading a system, her energy, and her ability to engage the community and her students, and her track record in turning around schools that were not doing well. Those were all things that we were looking for in whoever we picked. And certainly we feel like Dr. Swinford exemplifies those characteristics.
Swinford says she's looking forward to helping the schools reach their full potential.
This board has been proactive in moving this district already forward, as well as making very positive decisions that have really improved where the district has been financially as well as academically. And as such, I think that with my skills and my different way of thinking, I can continue moving those goals forward for this board.
And she plans to jump right in.
After I get all my data and my facts straight, then I will come to the board with a plan of action. But I know we're on a short timeline. I can't let it go for a year or two. We'll get right on it.
Swinford's official start date with the county school system is set for June 1st, but she could begin before that. Reporting in Tuscaloosa County, Jennifer Edwards, WVUA News.
Swinford will be moving to Tuscaloosa County from Mississippi, where she currently serves as the superintendent of the Vicksburg-Warren School District. Making a positive change in women's lives. That's what one Tuscaloosa woman is trying to do by helping other women get a fresh start in society. Woman to Woman is a local faith-based organization that ministers to women in the Tuscaloosa County Jail. The program also reaches out to formerly incarcerated women. The groups focus on helping them adjust back into society. They work on things like financial stability, resume building, and keeping a positive attitude. Executive Director Roxanne Harris says before she mentors anyone, she lets the ladies know we all make mistakes.
We come in here because we are you. And we've done some things in our past. It just happened that we weren't in here. But we have gotten some information. Somebody helped us, gave us some information, and now we want to pass it on to them.
Woman to Woman is preparing to start its next class session, and they will soon expand their program to include the Aliceville Federal Prison, and they need volunteers for both of them. If you would like to sign up or need more information, you're asked to call 205-552-5628.